All right, number 6, let's call this one extra. And in case I've already used extra as a title, this will be extra part. Nah, whatever. I don't know which part it would be, but we're using extra again, even if it's a repeat, because I'm not sure there is any other part of the law that is any more extra than the Nazirite vow, because Israel, the people who are already devoted as holy to God, have this opportunity to add an extra portion of sacrifice in this Nazirite vow, which involves at least 2 things. 1, additional sacrifice and abstinence. To the degree that they were able to drink wine, this is a period of abstinence from grapes, period. Beyond that, they were abstaining from, to the degree they were able to cut their hair, at least the men. They were abstaining from using a razor on their head during the period of this vow. And likewise, much like we saw with the high priest, even if he had a close family member who died during the period of his service, he could not even go see mother and father at the period of mourning. And likewise, the Nazirite vow prevented him from being around death, period. But beyond the abstinence, there was the sacrifice. And as we have seen, there are at least 5 major sacrifices with some subsets. The burnt offering, the grain offering, the peace offering, the sin offering, and the guilt offering. Of all the offerings that I saw, the only one that this doesn't involve is the guilt offering, which it wouldn't implicate because this is a period of extra service, not restitution for a wrong done to another person. And that's largely what the guilt offering involved. And so more than any other period, vow, or anything else that I've seen in the law to this point, this was an exceedingly sacrificial period, both in the sacrifices offered under the law and the abstinence. And so one of the things that really helped to hone my attention in on a practical application for us is that part about not being able to see mother and father. See, once again, I've mentioned it before, but just in life, there are times when we have people like soldiers or people who are in foreign service who are not able to be around family at times when they otherwise would want to. But they are engaged in a period of sacrifice that goes beyond their own needs. And in life, sometimes it's not an official period of sacrifice like a Nazirite vow, but it's just a period in life where in order to get the things that we need done, we're going to be forced to withdraw from family, friends, and whatever we consider to be normal to work long hours. Sometimes we exaggerate the term sun up to sundown. But there are times when life is just going to demand that we get in before the sun gets up and we don't get home until it's time to really just go to sleep. And it can become long, it can be exhausting, but it's sometimes just what is necessary if we're actually going to get everything that we need done. And so when I'm looking at the Nazirite vow, if the motives are wrong, it's like anything else. It can be simply a thing of vanity to look good to other people, to try to look extra as if we're, like we say, sometimes checking off Christian boxes to be holier than thou. But beyond the vanity of doing the extra sacrifice and getting all the attention that Jesus is going to mention, he's going to say in the Sermon on the Mount, don't let your fasting be done so that everybody can see that you're hungry and then give you all the praise. It's going to prevent God from seeing and blessing your period of devotion. When you give, don't sound off the trumpet so everyone looks at it and is like, oh, he's such a generous person. And when you pray, don't stand and make a great big demonstration of it. But if you are doing these things for the right motive, you can expect God to bless your efforts. And likewise with the Nazirite vow and with us today, I think it applies to anything we offer up in genuine sincerity. And so to the degree you are going in extra and you're depriving yourself, you're sacrificing, and you're missing out on relationships that you really are missing, to the degree you're doing it with a genuine heart, my encouragement to you is to be encouraged, because I know it's difficult, but I want you to understand that being in a genuine period of sacrifice, especially in service to God, gets genuine rewards from him on the back end. And so as sometimes folks will say, take heart and be encouraged and run with endurance, as Paul says, the race that's set before you. God's best to you as you go forward in him, though.